Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for May 28th, 2025. We've got what looks like a Rising Sun and Allies Kingdom. Yes, indeed. And we've got Modify, Rice Broker for trashing. We've got plus actions from Litter, Merchant Camp, Town, and Contract. Plus buy just from Town. There's also gains from Modify and potentially receive tribute. Oh, and Good Harvest. Okay. Draw-wise, we've got Litter, Emissary, Artist, Rice Broker, Poet. So good amount of draw. And yeah, we've got these desert guides. So the trashers are 5s. So we're gonna want to get to that relatively quickly. Ideally, we trash Copper with Rice Broker. We trash Estates with Modify. I think there's no way it makes sense for us to Desert Guide the first hand. Obviously, the question is, are we going to want to do the second? 2 different favor generators in Contract and Emissary that we can use to get more of those tokens. I don't think it's going to be necessarily important to get a ton of them, but it might be nice to get a few. Should be either Town or Poet here in the beginning, I guess, depending on whether we want to be... Town is a more guaranteed way to make a little money to push towards 5 relative to Poet, but Poet obviously does more, like a lot more cycling. Poet is guaranteed to be a lab in the early going, but if it draws an estate, then you only net 1 coin, or if it draws 2, you don't net any coins from it. But it's still, I mean, that's still helping you out, of course. And then, yeah, like I said, there's the consideration of whether we want to take a 3 or whether we want to guides. It probably makes more sense to not guides and then guides if we see a bad hand turn 3 or 4 than to just skip across the shuffle. So I think I do like Poet Silver. We won't be able to hit double 5 off of that without doing like a guides in there, but we would be able to with Town Silver, but like the fact that would potentially end up triggering a shuffle with the desert guides anyway, I'm not as concerned about specifically hitting double 5 like off of just this deck composition. So okay, so we could go ahead and guides this. If we do, we find the Poet, we will hit 5. We don't find the Poet, we could be pretty sad, but all right. Now, first 5, I think, is Modify. Their odds to collide with Estate are good enough, and I also wouldn't mind modifying the Silver in any case. Alrighty. Let's probably take another Poet. It remains very good draw right now. And then do we want another Silver or Merchant Camp? Hard to see why we would want a Merchant Camp, really. So do we want another Silver? If we can get a Rice Broker, next turn, which we are not guaranteed to be able to do. But if we can, then I think having that silver could be fine, at least, if not actively good. It's not exactly a ringing endorsement. I think I will take the one more silver, though. Terrible. Alright, well now we're not taking another one. Alright, a good harvest is going to be active now. Which means we hit 8. Uh-huh. 3 buys, no less. Well, we definitely want a rice broker. Just unfortunate that we have 3 coins that, like, we don't really want a silver or merchant camp with. The alternative would be to buy double 4 here and try to get the rice broker next turn. If we don't trigger shuffle, we will have at most 7 money. Which is to say, although, so we know we have a poet on top. That in and of itself, incidentally, like the fact that our poet hit like one of the 2 cards that it couldn't draw is pretty silly. But anyway, we know I have a poet on top, so we're guaranteed to see the 3 coppers and the silver. What we're not guaranteed to see is the modify. Well, no, that's not true, because if we play the modify to gain a card, which we will, then we're not guaranteed to see the last money in our deck. But that's fine, because we can, unless it's the silver, then we'd only have 4 coins. Otherwise, yeah, we'd have to specifically. Well, I guess we could like see modify and bottom deck silver or something like that. That'd be pretty crap, but it's not likely. Anyway, what I'm thinking about is receive tribute. Because with modify and if we see copper silver next turn, receive tribute, we only need to buy 2 things and then we can buy receive tribute, and we could like buy copper or something to set that up if we need to. And receive tribute can get us an artist, which would be pretty valuable. None of which is specifically an argument for whether we should or should not take rice broker right now. I'm just thinking through the considerations here. I mean, if we were going to receive tribute, for sure we would take an artist and then probably like litter emissary or something like that. I don't think it's like we're at any risk of running out of good stuff to get. So maybe we do just go ahead and take the rice broker now. Well, I guess. All right, in the world where we don't see the modify, but we do see the silver, next turn would be a better turn to take rice broker. And if we can receive tribute, then we could do that anyway. So maybe we do just go town poet. It's a little bit of a risk, but it does maximize value. Okay. So 4, 5, 6. Do we want another poet or do we want another town? Probably another town. I guess it would have been. Well, never mind. So in order to do the receive tribute thing, we have to do copper, copper. Is that worth it? The other thing we could do is just buy a rice broker. Would we rather have a copper, an artist, like 2 coppers, an artist, and like, let's say, probably emissary over litter, since we have 2 towns and the only terminal is the modify. So yeah, would rather have copper, copper, emissary, artist, or none of that. I'm actually not sure. I think we don't take the receive tribute, actually. I think we just take the rice broker. We aim to do it next shuffle. Okay. We already have... Excuse me. We already have 4 coins. Modify silver is totally a thing, so it's not like we desperately need to hit the modify here. But it's not clear to me that we specifically need to stop and try to hit 5 either. So I think I'm just going to go... Okay, fine. Well, we hit 5 anyway. We take Skirmisher because... Well, I guess it probably doesn't matter. What do we want multiples of, I suppose, is the question. If we wanted a contract, I suppose we could take that, and then, like, because we're not going to be able to gain that off of receive tribute because that requires you gain actions, but I don't know that we care to have a contract anyway. Maybe we should not just assume we're going to get the receive tribute off. We should just take, like, emissary. Seems reasonable. I mean, I think we probably will, but... Alright. Well... Damn it. Did we bottom deck a poet here? We must have. 2 poets? Well, we could just trash a copper. That is probably what we're supposed to do, isn't it? Okay. Now... We don't desperately need a buy, but does it let us hit receive tribute here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with 4 buys. Would it let us hit a single copper one? Yeah, alright. I think that is worth it. So we go... What do we buy? I guess the other thing we could do, instead of taking the copper, is go like merchant camp double 4. No, wait. We need the 5 coins for retreat troops. We only have 6 coins to spend. Okay. I guess we could just go double merchant camp. Merchant camp isn't really worse than silver anyway. We can modify it. All right. Letter, skirmisher, artist. No. Anti-synergy. Okay, well, yeah, we could probably use another emissary ourselves. We do have this emissary on top. Maybe we should top deck a merchant camp. We have another merchant camp and a couple towns down there. But just in case. I guess getting a gold, I was thinking about that turn before last, is like, what if we just bought like gold, copper, which doesn't seem great. But getting a gold, actually, and contract is better here too. I should have been thinking about that part, but anyway. I think we, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah. Do you want to take, I think, well, we're going to draw a million cards at the artist, so we take this for 5 coin. All right. We want to just do estate to town. I guess so. Oh, wait. That wasn't helpful. This town, I don't know why I was thinking I'd be able to get... Shit. I'd be able to get something out of that. That was a mistake. All right. We can't get anything out of received tribute now, so we're not going to do that. I think we do take a contract now. It's another skirmisher for the attack. Could be a thing. Or we could get the gold. And one more town. I mean, they have 2 favors, so attacking isn't like super effective anyway. Probably makes more sense to take the gold. I mean, we're getting to the point where we could like modify the rice broker, but maybe that's next turn anyway. I think one more town. We don't really need the poet draw at this point, probably. We have 2 favors now, so no top deck. I mean, we probably play at least 1 town for card action, so I guess we'll do that. Six cards from the artist. Is that good enough? That's probably good enough. All right. What are we doing with the modify? What are we doing with the modify? We play the merchant camp normally. We can play all three of these towns for coins buys. Which seems good, but then I don't know what the modify is doing. I mean, I guess we could turn it into an estate just to, or turn a copper into an estate, I mean, just to, like, have that. Silver into a... Oh, right, we can gain a skirmisher. Right, okay. I mean, it's not, you know, they've got 4 favors. It's not going to hurt them, but... I don't actually know if we want to contract anything, considering that it costs us 3 coins. I kind of think not. I mean, I guess if we buy another contract, do we want to do that? I have 22. 22 is like a little bit awkward. I guess what we could do, we could go like double province poet and then plan to modify a poet into another contract. It seems like an okay thing to do. It's the first turn you play it. First time you play it. Not that there aren't any other copies in play, so the fact that the contract is already in play won't hurt anything. Alright, sure. Let's do that. Wait a minute. Did I do the math wrong here? Oh, yeah, right. I was thinking about, it was like 22, and I was thinking about, what was I thinking about? I don't know, triple province money, but that's not what, yeah, if we want to take another contract, that's not what that does. Okay, right. Well, this is fine, then. We'll get another contract. No merchant camps. All right. So we can do modify province to province and take 2 more provinces. I'm not really sure what their response to that would be. Or we modify gold province. We should have just taken another gold and not contracted the poet. We had the money. I guess we could modify the rice broker into... No, wait, that doesn't help. Yeah, we can't... We need another modify to do what I want to do. Should have thought about that. Maybe I should have just taken another modify. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about. I guess I wasn't really thinking about the particular situation where I'd be like trying to end the game or more or less end the game in this spot. Um. What is that last card? Is another silver? Or did we only play the one silver last time? Yeah, we only had the one silver. Okay. So it's... What is it? A merchant camp. Is it a town? What towns do we play? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a town. It's not a poet, is it? We have 2 poets already in play. Well, I don't think we have 4. We don't have 4 poets. Oh, it's a skirmisher. Okay. So then we have 1, 2 coins. 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18, 22 before doing anything with modify. So if we just modify something into a silver or a silver equivalent, we can hit 24 and hit triple province. That's what we should do. Does it matter what that is? Maybe race broker to contract? Or I guess we could take a gold. Don't think there's any reason to care too much. It could also be the poet. I guess, what do we want to... We probably want to contract this poet, though. So... All right. So, yeah. Mostly, we're just going to win this game off of first player advantage. Yeah. I mean, I think we did... Yeah, I was going to say, I think we did do a better job of thinning. They had a bunch of copper left, which, I mean, I guess was letting them also hit double province, but I think their deck wasn't as overall powerful. The artist off of the received tribute was a pretty nice pickup, I think. I should have gotten another modify. I wonder if, like, go back to turn 12. I just wasn't really thinking about it that hard, but so here we hit 22 coins with an additional skirmisher, with silver into skirmisher, which is -1. So we'd actually hit 23 coins if we didn't do that modify. So if we instead did like we'd actually do gold to province. And then still hit 16. Well, 18. I'm thinking about that either. Wait, no, more than that? Because we lose 4 coins off the 22, but then we gain 1 back, so we're at 19. We've just done this. Yeah. And then we don't contract the poet, maybe? Oh, province, silver? Just remember. That would get us to 21 coins. We do contract because we could mill province. And the silver can mostly replace the money anyway. Yeah, I think this would have been a better line. And they still just take double province? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was the better line for sure. Not that it mattered, but still good to think about these things. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.